Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, students. I hope you are doing well. I hope you had a very good and enjoyable weekend. Now the fun time is over and more fun time begins. So let us continue. Uh, as we all know, we were discussing pronouns and its various types. So today is the continuation of the same lecture. So far, so we have discussed pronouns in general. Then we have mentioned the 9 types, and we have discussed in detail the personal pronouns. And now we are going to discuss in detail the possessive as well as the demonstrative pronouns. So I hope you enjoy the lecture. The SLOs are the same. Knowledge regarding pronoun and its types, understanding of each and every type and its usage with respect to other parts of speech. So these are your SLOs, and it will continue for the rest of the pronoun section so far till all the types are completed. Now, these are the types. I'm sharing the infographic again. The personal pronouns, possessive, relative pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, reciprocal pronouns, emphatic and reflexive pronouns, indefinite pronouns, and interrogative pronouns. So these are the types, and today from these we are going to discuss possessive and demonstrative pronouns. They are not as lengthy as personal pronouns, but still there are some valid points that we need to understand in order to know its usage, in order to understand its usage within the grammatical context. So, moving further, pronouns. As we all know, understanding the different types of pronouns can be a bit confusing. Yes, we all know that. So when the question arises, student may try to run for the door. I do hope that you do not run away from it. They are easy. Understand this. In my previous lectures, I did mention that pronouns replaces a noun or a noun phrase, but there are slightly different deviations that we must consider with respect to each and every type of pronoun. For example, demonstrative pronoun have a different function, and a possessive pronoun have a different function. That is the thing that we need to understand. The basic definition is the same. But the complexity is, or the difficulty is, that we need to understand how they are used within a sentence. How is a personal pronoun used? How are its various types used, and how is a demonstrative pronouns used, and how is a possessive pronoun used with respect to its types, and similarly it all applies to the other types as well. So do not take it that it's a difficult path. No, it's a very easy path if you follow the video lectures carefully, if you follow the slides, if you follow the handouts, if you are following the infographics and the additional knowledge that I am sharing with you. I do hope that you will not face any difficulties while preparing for the exams. Now, first one is possessive pronouns. Now, possessive pronouns have two types. One is the strong or absolute possessive pronouns, and the other one is the weak possessive pronouns. The strong ones are mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, yours, and theirs. Now, if you look at them, now majority of these words ends with s, but how they are used in a sentence, the example is given in the end. I have also shared some drill examples in the later slides, but try to understand the concept There are two types. One is the strong one, the strong possessive pronoun. It depends on how it is used in a sentence. And then there are the weak possessive pronouns, also depending upon its usage in a sentence. Now, the idea is the same. They refer back to a noun or a noun phrase that we know as antecedent, replacing it to avoid any repetition. Now, the basic definition is the same, but the problem is that possessive pronouns, because of its strong and weak dimensions, is used differently in a variety of sentences. For example, in case of strong possessive pronoun, the example is, I said that phone was mine. I said that phone was mine. Now, keep this example in mind, and now moving to the weak one. The weak possessive pronouns, also called possessive adjectives. Now, this is important. Possessive adjectives. Why possessive adjectives? What is the definition of the adjective? We will discuss it later in detail, but the basic definition is it qualifies a noun. It qualifies what? A noun. And the possessive adjectives are the same, are my, your, his, her, its, our, your, and their. They function as determiners as adjectives in front of a noun to describe who something belongs to. Now, in both cases, possession is shown. But in the strong case, it is absolute. In the strong case, there is no need for the pronoun to qualify a noun. But in the weak case, look at the example. Now, it's the changed form of the previous example. I said that's my phone. Now, if you look at the previous example, I said that phone was mine. Mine here show the possession. Now, mine is not followed by a pronoun, a noun. Mine is not followed by or qualifying a noun. Mine is just showing the ownership, the possession. But in the second case, I said that's my phone. Now, my is followed by the noun phone. Here it is qualifying a noun. So it is a pronoun, my is a pronoun, but it is also acting as an adjective because of its sentence positioning. Because it's qualifying a noun. That's why the first case we call it absolute, powerful, strong. In the next case we call it weak pronoun. Weak because it is acting as an adjective. इसमें मिलावट हो गई है. पहले वाले केस में मिलावट नहीं हुई, इसमें मिलावट हो चुकी है, जिसकी वजह से ये वीक हो चुका है. ये प्रोनाउन का काम भी कर रहा है और एडजेक्टिव का काम भी कर रहा है. दैट्स वाई वी कॉल इट पोजेसिव एडजेक्टिव्स एज वेल. ये एडजेक्टिव की भी टाइप है. आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now, this is a chart that I am sharing with you guys. Subject pronoun. Now, these are the main pronouns: I, you, he, she, it, we, they. In front of it are the possessive absolute, जो strong pronouns है. The strong pronouns that we discussed. Mine, I is converted to mine, you is converted to yours, he to his, she to hers, it to its, we to ours, they to theirs. Possessive adjective में, now this is the portion that you need to remember. I is converted to my, you is converted to your, he is converted to his, she to her, it to its, we to our, and they to their. ज़्यादातर they are without it, its, the s that's there except for its. Apart from that, their nature is changed, their uses in sentences change. Consider the examples that I gave you in the previous slide. It will be further clarified by the other examples that I am now going to share with you. Please note down, take a snap of this chart so you may be able to revise it properly. The more concise you can be, the greater the chance the readers will follow what you are saying. take a look at the example in the next slide and see if you can understand one sentence better than the other. Now these are the drills that I have designed for you. I hope you will understand the drills. I hope you will understand how strong versus weak pronouns are used. Examples. Now I will just read the first example and I want you to note down the other two. Those are my Converse sneakers. They are not your Converse sneakers. Repetition is there. Now if I convert it by using the absolute pronoun, those are my Converse sneakers. They are not yours. Now in both cases, those are my Converse. My Converse is the weak pronoun, the weak possessive pronoun, or the possessive adjective. In the second one, they are not yours. Yours is the absolute possessive. Now this is the drill. Again, same process, different examples. Practicing with possessive pronouns is the best way to familiarize yourself with them. These are the example. Your cat is adorable, but not as adorable as ours. Now your cat is in italic and ours is in bold. Your cat is the possessive adjective and ours is the absolute possessive pronoun. My pen won't work. Can I borrow yours? Now the last two lines, remember, possessive pronouns don't just substitute nouns. They show possession over someone, someplace, or something. Now kindly note down these examples and try to revise it in the same vein, or if you can find any piece of writing, the drill should be, the exercise should be that from that paragraph you should try to find out of the possessive adjectives, that is the weak possessive pronouns, and the absolute pronouns. It will help you a lot. But reading is the key. What is the problem with our students nowadays? They do not read. They avoid reading. They are more into digital content, but they should be more into, for academic purposes, they should be more into the written content. Digital content is also very good because it's informative, it's easy to use, it's easy to listen, it's not that time consuming. Yes, except that if you are sitting with your phone in your hand for 24 hours, that is something else. But written content is very good for your written skills as well as improves your written communication skills. That would be needed for you in your exams as well as in your future life, in your future studies and job as well. So reading should be a compulsion for you guys. You should read. I do not care whatever you read. You should read something of your interest. For example, if you are interested in general knowledge, you should read general knowledge books or essays. If you are interested in history, Islamic history, political history, if you are interested in politics, if you are interested in sociology, if you are interested in the life of our heroes, if you are interested in life of Sahaba Karams, whatever you can find, but it should be interesting for you guys. But try to read. Give at least 1 hour daily or 2 hours, because if you develop this habit, reading is such an addiction that if you develop this habit, You may complete a small book or a small novel in a single reading. So it's good for you, it's good for your mental health, mental development, as well as it is good for your communication skills. Now, the second type is demonstrative pronoun. A demonstrative pronoun is a pronoun that represents a noun and expresses its position as near or far, including in time. The demonstrative pronouns are this, that, these, and those. It's very simple. Demonstration, इशारा करना, to point something out, whether in time or location. करीब है, दूर है, इन चीज़ों को शो करता है demonstrative pronoun. I will now share a chart with you. Do remember, yes, the singular demonstrative pronoun this and that stand in for singular things. The plural demonstrative pronouns these and those stand in for plural things, as well as telling us whether its antecedent is singular or plural. A demonstrative pronoun also tells us whether its antecedent is near or distance. That and those stand for distant things, यानी दूर की चीज़ों के इशारा करने के लिए हम that और those का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. This and these stand in for near things, ये करीब के लिए. अब this and that singular के लिए and these and those जमा के लिए, plural के लिए. So ये point आपके जहन में होना चाहिए. Look at the infographic and I hope you understand what demonstrative pronouns are and what is for near, what is for singular, and what is for. Now I want you to note these examples because there is another tricky situation ahead for you. Examples of demonstrative pronoun. This is ludicrous. Is that yours? Eat these tonight. Throw those away. Now, note these examples because in the next slide I'm going to share some other examples that are related to something, another part of speech. So, this is ludicrous. Is that yours? Eat these tonight. Throw those away. Do not forget, demonstrative pronouns do not modify nouns. Now, in the possessive case, we had a certain flexibility that possessive pronoun can modify a noun. It can act as an adjective. We call it weak possessive pronouns or the possessive adjectives. When this, that, these, and those modify nouns, they are demonstrative determinants called demonstrative adjectives in traditional grammar because they are qualifying a noun. In the 4 examples below, we have demonstrative determiners modifying nouns, shown in bold italics. This idea is ludicrous. Is that bike yours? Eat these crumpets tonight. Throw those rolls away. Now, I told you to note the previous examples and now compare it with these examples. In these examples, this, that, those, and these are basically modifying a noun. Now, as per traditional grammar, we call them demonstrative adjectives, not pronouns. The idea is very simple. If it is qualifying a noun, then it is a demonstrative adjective. If it is acting alone, as in case of previous examples, then it is a demonstrative pronoun. I am going to repeat the slide that I shared with you earlier, and you can compare whatever you have noted or understood so far. The same examples. Now look, this, that, these, and those are not qualifying any noun. So if they are not qualifying any noun, then they are not demonstrative adjectives, they are just demonstrative pronouns. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask me later on. I hope you have understood the lecture. We will continue with the pronoun series till we are finished with it. Then we will move to the next part of speech. Yes, I am designing activities for you. I will be designing assignments for you. And I hope you are safe and keep your environment clean, keep yourselves clean, keep safe, wear masks. Thank you very much.